عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الكلام كلام الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a fact some of you have experienced when flying. Usually airplanes, when they depart, they move slowly as they leave the gate. And the movement is slow, and then stopping and moving and stopping and turning right, turning left, till it reaches the point where it awaits for the signal of the tower for it to lift. The moment the airplane is given the signal to lift, as you all know, all of a sudden you could sense the engines of the plane accelerate to very high speeds and very high momentum in order to move and lift, and therefore to fly. Likewise is the Muslim. The Muslim ponders. The Muslim thinks. The Muslim moves slowly. The Muslim listens. He attends a lecture. He attends a seminar. He starts asking a question, and then he stops, and then he argues, and then he agrees, and then he disagrees, until the full vision is in front of his head. Then he knows it is a time to accelerate and lift in the path of Allah Almighty. Allah says in the Quran, أَلَمْ يَأْنِ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ. Has the time not come for those who have believed that their hearts should become humbly submissive at the remembrance of Allah and what has come down of the truth? The minute you visualize, the minute you understand, the minute you see, the minute everything shows up in front of you, Allah tells you it's time. Once you have submitted to the goal and the final objective of Allah Almighty, it is time to take off. To take off towards Allah Almighty. The most critical disease that affects the human being is unawareness, negligence, unawareness of Allah, unawareness of the hereafter, unawareness about the obedience of Allah, unawareness about what Allah commands you to do and not to do, unawareness of what is ahead of you as a human being from the both lives in the hereafter, whether it is heaven or hellfire. Total ignorance. Total ignorance that makes the person get out away from the path that Allah has drawn for you to follow. Allah says in the Quran, إِنَّ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ لَآيَاتٍ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. Which means, indeed in the creation of heavens and earth and the alternations of day and night are signs for those who understand, who remember Allah while standing or sitting or lying on their sides and give thought to the creation of the heavens and earth, saying, O Allah, you did not create this aimlessly, then protect us from the punishment of hellfire. One of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, I could almost visualize the people in hellfire screaming to get out of it, and I can visualize the people in heaven enjoying these moments. A critical question comes to you and me. What is your contribution to Islam? What is contribution to what Allah had given you the guidance? Is it knowledge? Or is it something of a goodwill you have left for people to follow? Have you propagated Islam or invited anyone towards Islam? Have you served Islam or Muslims? Did you spend time trying to teach people around you about your religion? Ask yourself this critical, embarrassing question. What are you going to say in front of Allah when Allah asks you all these questions? The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu narrates that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said, I got scared and no one got scared like me. And I was hurt and no one was hurt like me. And there were 30 days and nights that myself and Bilal did not have food to eat, unless what Bilal can hide under his arm. Think about it. Did any one of us go to his house one day and ask his family, do we have any food? If they said no, not even a piece of bread? No. Not even a cup of tea? No. Not even a piece of cheese? No. Yet the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ so many times went to his house. As Aisha, Al-Mu'mineen says, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to come to the house and say, do we have anything? I would say to him, no. He says, then I am fasting. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان يوم الدين. الإمام الغزالي gives a very nice description. He says, people will not be spared from the fears of the day of judgment unless a person thinks thoroughly about the life that he is living. Where Allah Almighty does not put two fears on a worshipper. Whosoever fears Allah Almighty in this life will be spared the fear in the hereafter. And I don't mean, he continues to say, and I don't mean the fear, just like the fear by shedding tears when you hear something to remind you of Allah, and then after a few moments you'll go back to your own desires and disobeying Allah. This is not the fear. Whoever fears anything, he escapes from it. And whoever wants anything, he seeks that thing to get it. Nothing will save you except the fear that will prevent you from disobeying Allah. Listen well. You should do something that will motivate you to obey Allah Almighty. That's where your effort should be. The foolish behavior of those who fear, which are the fools who fear, and he calls the fool. He gives the description of. He calls it the fear of the foolish. He defines it as follows: the fear of the foolish is those who hear about what will be on the day of judgment, and immediately in their tongues they start asking Allah for protection, and then yet they insist on disobeying Allah. And their insistence of disobeying Allah is the cause for them to get the torment of Allah in the hereafter. The devil laughs at these people because they ask Allah to protect them, at the same time they disobey Allah without getting out or stopping from disobeying Allah. Imam al-Ghazali continues to give this example. He said, those with the foolish fear that the devil laughs at them are like a person who is in a desert and he is chased by a beast, and that beast is chasing him, and in front of that person is a fortress where he can seek refuge. Yet when that beast is nearly going to attack him, rather than that person seeking refuge in the fortress, he stands in front of the beast and he says, I seek the refuge and the protection of that fortress to come and protect me from that beast, rather than him putting the effort in going to the fortress and closing the door on himself. It is you the one who can close the door. It is you the one who can prevent himself from disobeying Allah Almighty. It is you, if you are righteous, you will have the willpower to take yourself off the wrong track. The question comes to you and me: when is it time to take off as the plane takes off? It is about time that we translate what we say in what we do. To translate what we know into action. Some of our scholars said it in definition. They said the faith does not stabilize in the heart of an individual unless it shows in his actions in the world around him. Therefore, in order for faith to settle in, you will see your actions start moving based on your faith that is inside you. In Islam, there is no such thing as a Muslim who is silent. As a Muslim who is a spectator, just watching things happen without doing anything. A Muslim is an effective person. A Muslim is a dynamic person. A Muslim is always on the lookout for opportunities to serve and help Muslims around him. A Muslim stops evil and helps spread the good. The Muslim, he starts convincing his family, his friends, his colleagues about Islam and virtues of Islam. Islam and a Muslim is a person who connects with his neighbors and tries to spread the good among them. This is the Muslim. The Muslim is a continuous, dynamic movement, not still. Allah said in various parts in the Quran, فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ, escape towards Allah Almighty. فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ, race towards doing the good deeds. And another verse, سَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ, hasten for forgiveness. All these verbs are verbs of action that require action, not to sit around and just watch things as they happen. Final reminder, remind yourself and myself. The period you and I are going to spend under this earth till the day of judgment is a very lengthy one, and only Allah knows how long will it take. During that period, neither me or yourself can do anything at all. Therefore, every precious moment that you live nowadays should be utilized to serve Allah and your faith. There are people around you who have access to nothing, yet to them they try to serve Allah in any opportunity that is around them. You see them simple around you, yet on the day of judgment you will discover that they had huge castles in heaven because they were dynamic in giving and lifting Islam and giving Islam with all what they have an opportunity to do so. In order for you and I to elevate your activity and your potential and raise your activeness in being cooperative with Muslims around you, you should feed yourself the Quran and understanding the Quran. You should feed yourself the life of the Prophet Muhammad and the sacrifices he gave, so at least you know the value of the Islam that you have within yourself. You should read about the life of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, how much they sacrificed. That lifts your spirit. That raises the level or the degree where you should be, rather than look at people around you and you are happy with your low level of expectation and performance. You should read about the prophets throughout the Quran, where it explained how much they had suffered in their lives to guide the people around you. By having this constant feed as you read, and nowadays information is available to everybody, no one has any excuse to say, I don't know. As you continuously feed yourself and your mind about where the performance should be, you will see your momentum starts raising and increasing, and therefore also see the people around you who are better than you and ask Allah Almighty to elevate you at their performance and standards. My dear brothers and sisters, as I close this khutbah, it's a short reminder. In a world of confusion, in a world of mass media, in a world where you don't know what is going on, is to stick to the path of Allah, the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad. You should always hold it in your prayer to ask Allah Almighty that you become a key towards opening the goodness in people and to be a person who closes the sources of all evil. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. هذا وصلوا وسلموا رحمكم الله على خير البرية وأزكى البشرية محمد بن عبد الله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات المسلمين والمسلمات